Chapter 1. Habeas Corpus. That's odd. Someone's left the door to the Fellows' Garden open. Dr. Martin Rees, Fellow in Geology at Lichfield College, pointed towards a wide wooden door set into the high stone wall that ran alongside the road. His friend and colleague, Professor Paula Wellesley, Fellow in Physical Science and holder of the Robert Boyle Chair of Physics, turned her head to look. "One of the gardeners up early?" she suggested. "It's a bit too crack of dawn even for them," Martin murmured, looking at his watch. "Still, we might as well get the benefit, even if we had better report it as a security breach afterwards." He gently pushed the door, expecting it to swing wide, but his fingers met with resistance. He grasped the wood more firmly and applied more pressure. Still the door refused to move. There was something behind it, something soft but resilient. Martin squeezed his slender frame through the gap between the edge of the door and the honey-coloured Cotswold stone, and peered down to see what the obstacle could be. "What is it?" Paula called through the crack, hearing Martin's sharp intake of breath as he recognised the object that lay at his feet. "What have you found?" "You're not going to believe this," Martin replied in a strange, shocked voice. "It's a body. One of the gardeners, I think, judging by what he's wearing." "Dead?" queried Paula. "Or has he just fainted, do you think? Or a fit or a stroke, maybe?" "No, he's dead all right," Martin answered decisively. "There's too much blood about. And—" He bent down and gingerly touched the man's face. "He's quite cold. I think he's probably been here all night." "Let me see," Paula said, pushing her way through the narrow aperture. Martin moved a little further into the garden to make room for her to stand next to him, staring down at the mysterious corpse. It was a man. Martin guessed that he must be over 60, maybe more like 70 or 80, but perhaps he looked older because he was dead. Martin's experience of dead bodies was limited, non-existent in fact. He was wearing grey overalls with the distinctive red and black Lichfield College crest on the front pocket, just like all the college outdoor staff. He lay on one side, with his head in the herbaceous border that ran along the right-hand side of the path leading from the external door across the garden to the glass doors of the senior common room. His legs and most of his body were on the path, obstructing the door. A pool of blood had oozed out from under his chest and congealed on the gravel path. "Has he been stabbed?" asked Paula. "Or could it have been an accident of some sort?" "I don't know." Martin took out his phone. "I'm going to call the police. Don't touch anything. At least—" He hesitated. "Better close the door. We don't want anyone else wandering in." Paula pulled her sleeve down over her hand to avoid leaving any fingerprints, and pushed the door closed. The catch snapped shut, making it impossible for anyone to enter from the road without a key. Then she prowled silently round the body, taking care not to disturb it, peering as close as she dared, trying to work out what could have happened. "I think I've seen him around," she told Martin when he finished his call. "I'm almost certain I've seen him working in the garden. He must be one of the gardeners." "Not one I recognise." Martin bent down to look more closely at the man's face. "But then you're around college more than I am. I'd better ring the master and let him know about this," he added, turning to his phone again. "And the porters, or they'll have a fit when the police turn up. We might as well go through to the porter's lodge and tell them in person," Paula pointed out as Martin concluded his call to the college principal. We can wait there for the police and then show them through to the garden. OK, good idea, Martin agreed. There's just one more phone call I want to make first.